Hello people of the internet. Well, it's been a while since I've made a video, and it's been a while since I've caught up with what I've coloured. I think the last video like this that I made was me shopping my stash for March. So this video is actually what I coloured in March and April, because I haven't been colouring too much. So yeah, the reason why I picked all these books in my video, I'll link it up there just in case you haven't seen it, was the reason why I picked these was because they had whips in them, and they was on my desk here on a little shelf thing. So whips. But I chose this one because March was had St Patrick's Day in it, and I wanted to do some St Patrick's Day colouring from here. So let me pull out the books out of all of these ones which I coloured something in. Then yeah, that'll be it then. Literally. Out of all of these books that I picked, actually I did a tiny little bit more. I started doing this one. I'd done the month before. I'd been using the Artex pencils, and I tested them on the Amazon paper, and I'd done a little bit of this. I think I'd done this bit, so I did a little bit more. I made the mistake of not actually keeping the colours out that I'd used, and I really liked this, how this was coming along. And then I did purple down here, and not enjoying that bit so much, so I just stopped. So I did a little bit more in that one. It's still a work in progress though. And then I did nothing in that, nothing in that, nothing in that, nothing in that, and nothing in that. So let's just have a look at what I did do in the Gnome book. So the two that I did in the Gnome book, I always say Gnome, I know it's Gnome, but for some reason as kids we always said Gnome, and it's stuck over all these years. I did this one, which I changed the background. This was supposed to be all light blue sky, and instead I made it a rainbow-ish, so red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, kind of violet. I think it looks really nice, and I did it for St Patrick's Day because in my head these two little naughty imps are sitting on the Guinness tap. I think I put it on my Instagram saying the same thing as well, and I changed the colour of their hair. Their hair was supposed to be white. I do dislike it when they used to put the numbers in for white, because obviously you don't want a number in there if you're going to leave it white. So I changed them to have nice Titian coloured hair, because obviously they're little Celtic, Irish pixies, leprechauns, whatever they are. But I did that for St Patrick's Day. And then I also did this one as well. Again, I made his hair ginger, and his eyes green. I mean, his eyes look quite menacingly green, and obviously he's enjoyed a bit of the. I did a bit of, you know, bit of greeny background for St Patrick's Day. So that's my nod to St Patrick's Day this year. I think that was last year's one. So that's put that Gnome one away now for a while. Ooh, we should keep count. I usually keep count, don't I? Let's keep count. Let's use this pen. 2, mind you, this is March and April, but as you'll see I didn't do anything in April, so it's really just March, so we're at 2 anyway. Then I didn't really do any colouring at all until we were going away for my husband's birthday at the end of March, and we weren't planning on going away, funnily enough, because we just picked up our motorhome at the beginning of March, and so we were planning to go away in that, but the weather wasn't great, and it's not great when you've got a dog and it's all rainy to keep sort of like coming back to the sort of motorhome with a wet dog. So we decided to treat ourselves and book a really nice Airbnb, which we did. We went to Suffolk, Aldeburgh, and I packed some colouring stuff with me, and none of the books that I'd picked for March I wanted to bring away with me, apart from that one. I stuck that one in the bag. So this is the bag that I took with me with the colouring books that I wanted to take with me. So I took that one with me, but did nothing in it. So it still didn't get anything done in it. And then the other 3 that I took with me were Stone Mosaic, by Belber Family, because I'd been really enjoying that. And then these 2 were new to me. This one I was sent, and this one I was... Where did this one come from? Oh yeah, I was also sent this one as well. So I took these 2 with me because they were new, and because I'm on a no spend, you know, as soon as I get anything new I'm like, yes, I'll give it a go. And the very first one that I did in this colouring book and there's, I think, no, yes, there is a picture on my Instagram, was this one. And I had switched my pens as well. We'll talk about the pens and everything that I picked for March. I had picked these to use in March, but when we were going away, I didn't want to take these. So what I did was, where's my little case? Here it is. What I did was, excuse me, I selected 36 Ohuhus and then matched the colours with this book. Now I made the mistake as I thought I'd packed BG3 for the light blue, but I pulled the wrong one out and didn't notice. So when I was colouring this thing, these are supposed to be light blue, the clouds, and I wish they were, because they'd go back into the background a little bit more, and then the birds would stand out more than the clouds, but because I brought the wrong blue with me, they don't. I really like this book. I've only done one in it. They're quite detailed, and yeah, I do like it. I do like the fact that you can't see the numbers. You know, the numbers are not in your face, kind of thing. But yeah, they take a little bit longer than your average colour by numbers. But I do like the way that came out. So I took that with me and did one in there. Keeping count. 3. And then I took this one with me, and this one, oh my word, I went to town on it. Now I don't know which one I started with. I did this one, which I really liked because it was just like blues and greens. Then I turned over and I did this one, didn't like so much. I think it's because I didn't have the right sort of purples. It was supposed to be lilac and violet, and I just, the 2 purples I had were too dark basically, so I did that one. And then I did that one, which I did put on my Instagram, and I really liked that one because I just like the lime colours. I don't know which one I used this sort of lime for. Light green probably. No, 22. Oh yeah, see, I changed it. That was supposed to be violet. And because I didn't have violet with me, as you could tell by the previous one, I changed it to a lime green colour. And I really like the way that come out, the lime green and the pink and the orange. I just want to say something about these books. That looks okay. Every other page has got this white line down it. And I know that's printing, but it just really bugs me. I wish they printed them properly. And then, what's the next one? So it's 3. Then I did this one. Again, I changed the colours in this one. This one was supposed to be only orange, yellow, lilac, violet, pink and vivid pink. I kept the pink and vivid pink. And all the rest I did shades of green. So I did all that in shades of green. Oh, I think one of the reasons why I really like this book, and kudos Colour Questopia for finally doing it, but you can see that the black outline has been outlined with a really thin white outline, so it makes them, rather than sort of blend into the background and have the little ones that have got little tails on them just disappear, you can actually see everything now. So I think that's what made me like this book so much. That was 4. This was number 5. Really liked this. Really carnival colours. Really liked everything about it. And then I did this one, which is number, is that 7 or 6? 6. That's orange and yellows and blues. I like the way that looks like it's like a Catherine wheel for some reason, turning, doesn't it? Then this is number 7. This one looks like water splashing, I think. And then this one is number 8. I like the look of that one as well. For some reason these remind me of birds flying in. And then I did this one, number 9. Again, not so good because I didn't have the lilac, so it looks a bit dark. I used that for the lilac, and then that for the violet. What's that colour there? Was there a grey? Oh yeah, there was grey in this one, light grey and dark grey. Interesting colours. I like the fact that they're not all throw everything at it pages though. What was that, 9? 10. I think this is number 11 here. Yeah, this one's on my Instagram as well. I really liked that one. I think that's 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, 11. So 11 on top of the 3 that I'd already done is 14. So 14 is all like 14 and a half, I suppose, if you count the half finished one in here, but let's just say 14. Oh, I forgot one. Actually, it might be two. I got sent this by the Belber family in March, and I coloured this in. Now, when I was colouring this, I was quite enjoying it, but I found that it literally used up all of my turquoise. I love that turquoise colour, and this page used all of it up, and I was like, as I was finished, I had no idea what the picture was, and I was colouring it. I was doing the stars and then did the red bits, and then as I got there, when I finished it, I was like, oh, I've just used all my lovely tealy colour for a picture of a trainer hanging on a washing line. So as much as it was, you know, I quite like these stone mosaic ones, I was a bit disappointed that the picture was just a trainer hanging on a washing line. I also did this one as well, and I noticed, I put it on my Instagram, and I noticed I'd forgotten to do that, the number 10, because number 10 was lilac, and I wanted to come upstairs and get a lilac. A proper lilac. Let's have a look. Yes, something like this, maybe. Ooh, put something behind it before you do that. Let's grab one of the things I use. I usually use an old magazine. Stick that in there. Yeah, so something like this. Lilac. I did not enjoy the one with the white background as much as the dark background. Yeah, so that actually looks grey on the camera. But effectively, I didn't just finish 14. I also did another 2 in this Belber family one, which makes 16 altogether. I'm cheating and finishing this as I talk. This one's called Lavender. Not really, is it? Anyway, so I've probably just stuck this in me already jabbering, so you can go back to me jabbering now, and I'll speak to you later on. I'll speak to you later on. I feel like I'm talking to someone at work. Okay, thanks for coming and see me. Yep, I'll speak to you later on. Alright then, goodbye. So that was the end of March, because my husband's birthday is on the 30th of March, and we went away at the end of March. So all of these were done in the end of March, and then in April I did nothing. I took, we went away in the motorhome for a couple of days, and I took some things with me. This is what I took with me in the vain hope that I would do some colouring. I took the Fairies in Dreamland book. Oh, take it out of the bag. I took a couple of, let's move all my bits out of the way, a couple of Rita Bermans, a Lulu Mail, and my Fairies in Dreamland book. And then I also took with me the same gel pens that I had in my March Shop My Stash. I took my, was it my Brute Furnace? No, I took my Arteza pencils with me, and I didn't take, that's it, I didn't take any alcohol markers. Oh, because that's one thing I was going to say. This book here, where I've done 11 pages, this book here where I've done 11 pages with Ohuhu Markers, you can still, it smells like, as you open, you can smell the Ohuhu Markers. It doesn't sort of dry away, which is really interesting. I do notice the Ohuhu Markers smell, well, you'll know as well if you've got them, they smell much more intensely than the Olip markers. But I always thought that they would dry off, the smell would dry off, but it didn't. This still smells, to this day, 2 months later, of the Ohuhu Markers. So I didn't take any Ohuhu markers with me to use in the motorhome when we went away for a couple of nights. I just took some Arteza pencils, like I say, the gel pens and these books, and I didn't do anything. And that was it. That's all I did in March and April. And the reason why I've not done much colouring, and the reason why I've not been here much, is because I think I mentioned that I got a bit ill. I got a stomach virus thing. And it really made me, I was proper ill for like 2 weeks, like, you know, vomiting and no energy and all this kind of thing. And I got slowly better. I didn't get better sort of like, you're ill for 2 days and the next day you're better. I got kind of slowly better. I wasn't eating much. I wasn't drinking much, to be honest, because I was really still nauseous all the time, and because I wasn't eating much and I wasn't drinking much, my energy was really low, and so I was off work for a while, and then, you know, sort of like when I had some energy, I went back to work, but all I was managing to do was go to work, and then I was exhausted and was coming home and going to bed. And so everything else, apart from doing what I have to do for work, and I wasn't even really doing all of that, I was kind of treading water, as I call it, was falling by the wayside. So you know, we had the motorhome, and we was trying to do some bits with that. And the day we went to pick up the motorhome, it was when I was ill, and I didn't think I'd have the energy to do it. And we literally went and picked up the motorhome, and 2 hours later I was back in bed. So yeah, I went for a while of when I was better, the only thing I could do was really just get my life stuff done, which was working and thing. And then as I have become a little bit better and got better, obviously I've opened tidying my house and going out with the dog, because I have stopped walking with the dog. I was walking with the dog every single morning. We had this good process. I was up at 7 doing the shift changes at work. 7:30 I was walking with the dog with my husband. We'd be back about 8:15 after sort of a 1.5 2 mile walk. I would then have my shower, bish bash bosh. Now my energy, if I take the dog for a walk for, you know, the hour and a half, 45 minutes in the morning, it takes me 2 hours to recover from it. My energy levels are still not where they were, which is a real shame, because I'm usually so full of energy. So yeah, so sometimes some things have to give, and this was one of the things that I had to give. But I did do some colouring, and I am going to do some more colouring hopefully, because today is the first day that I've woke up and thought, I'm going to come in my room. And not just to work either. I'm going to come in my room and tidy it up, because it looks like a bomb's gone off, and also to film some videos and put some books away and catch up, and maybe even do a bit of colouring. So yeah, I hope everyone's been keeping well, and take care everyone, and see you soon. Bye.